there I was. I'd started to get into a flow of creating this content, and it kind of really made me feel a lot more at ease and a lot better as I'd kind of really leveled it up. Now, before I kind of get into that, my name's Salvatore, a humble 9 to 5 office worker who likes to wear his suit, have all his shirts perfectly ironed, spaced out, accordingly on the clothes rack, and a sipper of espresso, a commuter who rides his bike to work up mountains, a runner who seeks to cross the finish line faster than he ever thought possible and kind of really go down that route in terms of how fast we can run at a running race, a sipper of espresso, someone who likes to cook amazing plant-based food, a romantic who loves to go on adventures with his girlfriend, culinary and the like, and a storyteller, a doer, a thinker, someone that wants to share with you stuff I wish I had heard when I was a bit younger to kind of inspire me to start conquering mountains and conquer life. That's kind of why I want to have this and share this reflection with you, to inspire young men and the like to think about this and kind of apply it to their own life, because I believe you'll be able to get a great deal of benefit. So without further ado, let's get to it, right? So what exactly do I mean by this? There had been something gnawing away at me for a while, a push-pull dynamic, as it were. See, the thing is, when I would create a video, I would, at a certain point, if you look at the history of the videos I've created, there was a certain point where I was able to have a video come out every day, Monday to Friday. So that's like 5 videos a week, right? It's a lot of videos. And at that point, I simply just hit record on this, iPhone that I'm recording on now, and I just uploaded it to YouTube, cut the beginning, cut the end, add a little bit of description, a title, no thumbnail, chucked it up, that was it. But it kind of dawned on me that there'd have to come a point where I actually improve the process of this, and I kind of didn't know where to start exactly and how I could, go about such things. I kind of knew that a lot of people had started to tell me that audio needed to be better, and it wasn't quite right. So I knew that in my mind was something I wanted to fix. But before I kind of get to that, I want to kind of share with you, I guess, the process of improving the video and the video quality. So the thing is, for a while, I've had a bit of a background with making and editing videos before. When I used to, play with the yo-yo back in the day and make some yo-yo videos, I'd have to, do a bit of color correction. But I'd basically gotten a new software on my computer, which is called DaVinci, I think, DaVinci Pro Resolvers. I don't know. It's the free version. But anyways, I really wanted to understand and deep dive into how exactly color correction works and how to make something go from what it is in the video file to a really nice polished product. And I won't lie, this was really tricky. And because I do shorts of late, shorts have about, 100 different cuts in them, and applying color filter and everything to that was really tricky because there's so many different angles and lighting. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm on a closest window. Sorry about that. So I'm not gonna lie, it was really tricky. But that's the thing, that was my steepest mountain yet. I knew that if I could conquer this mountain and figure it out, it would be so much easier and I'd have so much more confidence in what I'm doing. And I would feel more inspired to get a little bit better each more time because I had started something big. And that's exactly what I did. I went on YouTube and learnt kind of and followed how people apply color grading. And I tried a couple of tricks, and then I kind of came across this idea of using a certain scope in terms of when I would manipulate certain little things here and there. Basically, I'd kind of done some manipulations before to color, but I didn't kind of realize on the grand scheme of things how that relates to how my skin comes across on video. And there's this thing called a vector scope, which I'm not going to bore you with, but basically it's some type of like guiding principle, which you kind of want to get most of your colors to that line. because it kind of means that you don't have anything abnormal coming through your skin. Like your skin's not going to look too green, it's not going to look purple, because obviously as you make little corrections to color, your kind of perception on things kind of gets a little bit warped because you add a little bit here, a little bit there, and you've kind of taken a deviation. So that was kind of really cool to see that. And I'm not gonna lie, it was really tricky. And at the start, I kind of didn't really understand how a lot of adjustments made sense to it. But I kind of want to share with you, it took many hours, and in my mind, it was really stressful because I wanted to make more content for you guys and have the momentum of kind of making more videos, building an audience, keep growing. But like, I was fighting with myself because I was like, no, I need to improve this. I need to give myself the time to figure out how this works and really, slow it down and get used to the process. And that's kind of when I did get better at it, because what would happen was, and it took a couple of videos, it took maybe about 5 to maybe 10 videos of this color correction to kind of slowly make noticeable improvements. And that's the thing. So what I'd realized was, now I'm going to talk about a kind of a story from my childhood. If you'd ever watched the show Naruto has this rival and best friend by the name of Sasuke who has this special ability to basically, it was called the sharingan, and I kind of felt like I had that at this point, because what had happened was I was able to upload the raw footage of the video to the video editor, and kind of I knew exactly kind of what adjustments we'd have to kind of make, because I put this vector scope up and I could see kind of where all the colors were falling. And interestingly enough, I was able to make edits to it really quickly and it became really seamless. Something that seemed like a really steep mountain wasn't so steep. And going back to the point about the shorts, I say I have about 100 cuts, but a lot of them are in kind of similar angles with similar lighting. So you can kind of apply like a filter to cover a couple of scenes. So I was able to kind of figure out a way to optimize that process too. So again, what seemed like something really hard, eventually I was able to come out on the top of the mountain by just chugging away at it and working my way through it, right? And that's kind of why I was really proud of it. But I kind of want to go now to the audio side, because that was something really exciting too. It wasn't as hard as the video side, but I kind of didn't know what to do. So I just followed some videos on YouTube and, I basically learned how to create this audio filter that I could apply to all of my audio tracks. And again, this microphone really helps. So I'm grateful for my girlfriend for getting this for me to inspire me to make, better sounding content. Basically, I'd created this audio filter that could apply to all my videos that would basically boost my audio and kind of cut it out at a certain level if I'd get too loud. It was kind of like this really smart like AI-ness to it, which is really cool. So that's kind of what you're hearing. So you won't have to kind of chuck up your audio as much as if you look at my first couple of videos where I wasn't really able to it was really quiet and a bit difficult to hear me. So thanks for bearing with me, by the way. So that was kind of me fixing the video and the audio. But I kind of want to reflect on how I was able to kind of like get to this point and kind of make this process faster and a bit more smoother than I would otherwise have. So the thing is, I guess the biggest thing I can get out of this to explain to you is not only to give yourself the mental permission to learn something for the first time and, be patient with it, but to better leverage that is simply comes down to the idea of being able to focus. What I mean by focus is dive in on a topic and just, really look at it. And that's the thing with the color correcting. I had to really look at the minor details. But if I was kind of distracted and my mind was going elsewhere, I kind of would break the flow of my engagement and my experience I'd be getting would kind of be lost. It's kind of like the more I was in flow, the more experience I was like compoundingly getting. So if I was distracted and my attention was elsewhere, the experience would not only stop, but if I'd go back into it, my experience gain would be more incremental in that time. Whereas if I stayed completely focused, I would have had a bigger, gain of XP. And that's kind of where, if you're struggling with, being out of focus, I want to share this book with you. It's called Deep Work by Carl Newport. And I kind of want to do a video on this at some point. But for now, if you have struggle focusing, you're not alone. A lot of the world is trying to grab our attention. Everything's competing for our interest. And, we're more overstimulated than ever. But I think reading something like this can really help you to understand and break down what improvements you can make to your life to actually be able to focus. Because being able to focus and make, meaningful change is something that's a really powerful and addicting feeling, opposed to kind of just constantly, consuming short form entertainment, or, the vices that we, come across in our life, like ordering Uber Eats, drinking, and all the other bad habits associated with, say, like drugs and alcohol, for example. But you kind of get my point. So, or playing way too much video games. I guess that was kind of helped me to kind of skyrocket a little bit more of the progression that I would have otherwise made. And I know I kind of haven't made a video for a while, so I do apologize. I've kind of just taken some time to kind of, get better at this and kind of have a process. And, you know, it is no excuse, but also like I do want to keep getting better and better and better. So I appreciate that you're bearing with me and kind of tuning into this, because I think really this can help you. Because look, you're not alone in wanting to get better at something, right? So you need to give yourself the permission to conquer the mountain and understand that that will take some time. But when you do conquer that, you will have conquered something of your life and be able to conquer that mountain again quicker, and really have that confidence and sense that you actually, tangibly achieve that, which is something to be really proud of. So, give yourself that permission, dial in, focus, and conquer that mountain and conquer life. You'll feel better after, and it will lead to so much more success. So with that, thank you. And one other final thing, it took me almost 100 videos to realize that on my iPhone there's a 4K function. So I'm hitting that now, and hopefully the video quality comes across as even better too. So thank you very much. Conquer mountains, conquer life. Now, if you stay with me for this long, I'm always saying conquer mountains, conquer life. And I've just recently, again, with the whole timing thing, invested in moving my ebook, which is called Life Cycles, My Guide to Fitness Mastery, something that can keep you super fit all year round, will help you, lose weight, be that your first kilo or your first lot of kilos to lose. The premise of the book is simple. It teaches you how to buy the perfect bike for you, how to save so much money commuting versus riding a bus or taking the car every day to work, and just leveraging a bike as a very safe and very structured way to build your fitness. And even if you are already fit, you can absolutely gain many, many things from this book and these principles I follow, on a daily basis, in terms of not only what bike to get, what equipment to get, how to train on the bike, how to fuel on the bike, how to recover off the bike, how to clean your bike, how to, stretch, how to eat off the bike because you'll be really hungry, and kind of my recommendations. There's all this value and so much more. If you click the link below in the description, you'll see. If you'd like to help me out for this channel and you kind of always been wanting to get a bike but not sure where to start, this guide will take you through everything you need to know and answer all your questions. And I think is something I'm really proud of that I've created, and it did take a long time. And I did kind of have it somewhat available in my other initial videos, but I kind of wanted to take that time to kind of work on having it at a platform that's a bit more sustainable, because I kind of had to pay a very expensive monthly fee that I wasn't really getting a lot out of and wasn't fully utilizing the services on offer, and that was my fault. But kind of now taking a step back and trying to figure out what platform it's better to be on for now. I'm really confident with what I've arrived at and how I've kind of sought to create the web page, so to speak. So, link below. If you'd like to support me, go ahead and get it. It costs, less than an Uber Eat order. It will cost less than a night out with friends drinking like excessive alcohol, or, buying, a new video game easily. It's something that you can actually use to invest in yourself and change your life for the better, because for me, cycling has been one of those things that it just led to a positive snowball and has really changed my life in that regard. So conquer mountains, conquer life. Thank you.